Hello everyone, I hope that you're doing well. We just got a huge console mod drop in Baldur's Gate 3, which has a bunch of mods that people have been asking for since the mod manager got released, like the MoveFaster mod here, which doubles your movement speed. And we also got some all-in-one mods like the Graphic Fade equipment distribution all-in-one, so you no longer have to download 12 mods to get a full set of new gear for every single class. And we also got Bunnies Gate 3. Whenever Larian Studios release mods in the mod manager, initially there's an animation that featured a bunch of bunnies. So this mod is now available on console, where you can find a ton of rabbits hidden throughout the game. We also got some class mods that I'm a huge fan of, so I can't wait to talk about all these new mods. I guess the first one I want to mention is the Fades equipment distribution all in one. We're starting to see some of these mods pop up, and shout out to Graphic Fade for putting this together, because there's people that want to get a bunch of new items in the game. Unfortunately, having to get that requires you to download 12 mods, and with consoles only having 100 mods downloadable, this is going to save a lot of downloads. So this is perfect for a new playthrough. We also got ourselves, again, MoveFaster. Now, I want to make a special note here, because MoveFaster currently does not work with Astarion, and that's something that I've noticed. It actually makes him feel a lot slower, since everyone is ripping around at a very high speed. This sets their movement speed to 7.5 instead of the half that which it normally is. It's just great if you're doing subsequent playthroughs and you want to run around the city a lot quicker, because it just feels so much more fluid whenever you can move around like this. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of MoveFaster mod by Xenosis there, and Graphic Fade obviously made that mod. But we also got the WyrmSworn. I've previously covered a build on this, and I'll be posting an updated one here, because Echo 0000 is always updating their mods. They made the Artificer mod, the one that got released in console a while back, and I've been a huge fan of their mods because they put so much detail and work into these. So WyrmSworn, what is this? It's kind of like a paladin with extra spell casting. It's truly unique. Like, you get different elemental smites. You also can summon in dragonborn fighters to help out with you, and there's just so many cool passives here. You can see I'll be posting an updated build for this later today, so you can stay tuned to check that out. And we also got one of the highest requested face mods with the Riven preset here. So this mod was made initially by Gwendel, and it was ported over by Eclipse from Nexus to Mod.io. So shouts out to both of them for putting this together, and now available on console, which is incredible. And here is what the Riven face mod looks like. So, oh, swapped it off there. So that's what the appearance is like. It's got a little bit of a smaller face there, but depending on the different hairstyle and eye mods, a lot of these faces can look a lot different. And yeah, this is always nice to see more mods, face mods coming to consoles. So Riven, Head preset, Eclipse, and Gwendel there. So we're actually seeing a lot of Eclipse mods being ported over and now being available on console, which I think is really exciting. Like last week we had the Succubus class mod and various other mods. So super exciting times. But this is a really fun one. I like Bunnies Gate 3. This deserves a lot more downloads. Updated 7 hours ago too. So this hides a bunch of different rabbits in the city, and well, I guess in all acts. There are 28 bunnies in Act 1. So the Grove, Goblin Camp, Swamp, Underdark, Grimforge, and 1 secret bunny. There's also 10 bunnies in the Mountain Pass, 29 bunnies in Act 2, Shadowcurse Lands, Temple, and plus 1 secret bunny, 15 bunnies in Rivington, and 44 bunnies in the lower city with 1 secret bunny. So if you find all 3 of the special bunnies, you get a special little quest, and it completes once you go to the epilogue camp. There's nothing cooler than seeing a bunch of big, large rabbits hidden in different spots. So I actually highly recommend downloading this mod. If you think this looks funny, I definitely recommend it. It's fun to just see these pop up, especially if you're on a subsequent playthrough. You never know when you're going to bump into a rabbit, and it's just an always funny thing to see. So there's just an image of what it looked like in the animation there that Larian Studios released whenever patch 7 dropped and mods came out. Very cool. So yeah, I just want to highlight that it's now available on console. It's an exciting day. We also got ourselves a pet summon, Scratch, and Nimbus mod. So what this allows you to do is pet the dogs. Unfortunately, I have another mod there that makes Nimbus look a little different, so it's not letting me actually pet him. So this will allow you to go ahead and pet Scratch and Nimbus if you don't have another Nimbus override mod. This is awesome. So you can pet him anywhere. I think this is worth a download. Can I pet that dog? Yes, you can. So available in pretty much any place. Very fun for, yeah, I just love that whenever you do cutscenes in Baldur's Gate 3, it takes the surrounding areas, so you can get some really cool and scenic little appearances and screenshots. So yeah, I just want to highlight that because love any of these mods interact with animals. It's always a good time, and you can also pet Nimbus with this mod. Just don't have another mod, download it. We also got an alt Lae'zel Hawk by Jarinsky here. So this gives Lae'zel a new hairstyle. I think it works for her. So yeah, kind of like the Gale with his man bun, the wizardly updo. You can now do a updated hairstyle for Lae'zel. So yeah, there's Gale's hairstyle and Lae'zel's. And fans of Gith ate good today. We got the Funky Froge skin tones by Jarinsky as well. So now this was a project they completed over a weekend one time, and you can now got many more options for different colored Gith. So perfect for someone that wants to try out something a little different. Gith have some really nice bonuses too, getting proficiency in medium armor. They also get Mage Hand and Misty Step, some of the best spells in the game. You can have a little Mage Hand throw health potions to you, and the Gith Yankee one is a special Mage Hand where it's invincible. So if you ever thought about rolling a Gith, do it. Romance Lae'zel, whatever you want. It's going to be an interesting playthrough. They have so much unique dialogue. So that was a little plug for playing as a Gith. But we also got Volo's Guide to Amorous Tattoos. So there's two versions of this. It covers all the origin characters. And you may have seen pictures of this before. You can get the Astarion name banner tattoo there. Astarion Fang. Astarion Fang's Bite Me. And the name in a heart. Lae'zel name barrier. Lae'zel Gith Empire tattoo, Lae'zel with a heart, Lae'zel name, Minthara as well. And yeah, you can see here, Shadowheart also has that too. Bunch of different tattoos. So that was the Volo's Guide to Amorous Tattoos Volume 1. And Volume 2 is featuring Gale here, Halsin, Karlach, and Will. Blade Babe. Yeah, I think that more tattoo mods are cool to see because there's so many creative ways you can now customize your character. And we also got Tasha's additional ranger spells. So this is a mod by ZZ Superman. It adds the additional features, new natural explorer options, canny, roving, and tireless. Additional favorite enemy, you got a favored foe, and new spells added, which I'll be getting to. We also got a Tasha's additional paladin spell mod, which adds prayer of healing and warding bond to the paladin spell list. And one for the barbarian, which adds new features, the primal knowledge, gain additional skill proficiencies at levels 3 and 10. And Instinctive Pounce at level 7 gain additional 50% movement speed on one turn when you enter your rage. Pretty useful, I would say. Nice little benefits and changes that don't really make the class broken. So for the Ranger one here, you get the new favorite enemy, favorite foe. Once per short rest, you can cast favorite foe, which is a non-bonus action, non-action favorite foe, free action. Does 1d4 slashing damage on a target you hit with a melee attack. I guess it's any attack, weapon attack, so bow attacks count, and this damage increases to 1d6 at level 6. You can do this per short rest. It does require concentration, but free action. It's really nice to have, considering it's now the most powerful favorite enemy choice here. Bounty Hunter is also really good to give the target disadvantage on the saving throw against ensnaring strike, but hey, favorite foe, free action, it's always good. Then we also get a bunch of different natural explorers, so like the animal handling here gives you expertise in animal handling, athletics, insight, investigation, nature, perception, stealth, which is a good one to take. Survival. The Wasteland Wanderers are still likely the best choice here because fire resistance is just super useful to have. But once we get to higher levels, we also get some other choices. It also adds Searing Smite to the Ranger's spell list and Absorb Elements alongside the Zephyr Strike. For some reason, I don't think that this is not meant to be here. It also adds Aid to the Ranger spell list, which I think is a fair addition to the list since they're only level 3 spells, so just nice to have. They also get Enhance Ability, Gust of Wind, and the Magic Weapon spells too, so hey, it's still, I feel, fair. There's also the Roving Natural Explorer. Your movement speed increases by 1.5 meters, and climbing does not cost you movement speed. Kind of useful if you're in the Goblin camp, I guess, at level 6, but that's a bit high. It also adds the Elemental Weapon spell and Revivify for level 3 Ranger spells. And finally, the last Natural Explorer you get at level 10 is Tireless, adding a 1d8 plus Wisdom modifier temporary health once per short rest. It's useful to have. I still feel like Wasteland Wanderer is a better choice to go with over some of these choices, but it's nice to have different options. In addition, we also got the AW's Hellwalker. I don't know how it's meant to be pronounced. A Loving Husband, and NJLGZX. So I will be doing a video on these in the future because they are a little bit confusing to explain what they actually are. It basically drops in an item that gives you a spell, and then the spell creates armor, and the armor gives you spells and different effects. So It's kind of like you can take whatever class you want to play. Like, let's say you want to play a fighter that gets additional fire damage. This will allow you to take what's already good about the fighter, add a bunch of more overpowered stuff to it. So I would recommend also, if you're going to use these mods, to use like Tactician Enhanced, Nightmare difficulty, more enemies in basic fights, the usual difficulty mods to get a fun experience with something like this. So yeah, this just adds, you can see, a bunch of different attacks, like Infernal Smite, which does force damage. Again, I'll be doing a video on all of these in the future just to create a bit more awareness on what these mods all do, just because at a glance it's kind of hard to tell. Finally, we got another dice mod. However, I think this is one of the nicest and most well done dice mods. They actually did a lot of stuff in Blender to get the motion blur down pat. These are clean marble dice. Just wanted to cover that. But again, I will be posting a WyrmSworn build later this evening, so a few hours time you can check for that video. I'm going to be doing an updated one. Again, it's like a paladin with elemental damage types. You get unique worm's blood, which you can use to cast more powerful spells at earlier levels, and it's just a very fun resource management based class. So yeah, pretty solid mod drop. I forgot to mention, we also got glamping. ASC Glamping Act 1 sets the player housing for camp. So this is huge. I talked about this a bunch in the past. This gives a few different types, or 400 different placeable items with 7 different themes for your camp. And yeah, this is what your camp can look like without glamping. And this is what it looks like with a basic item. So yeah, you can add down a bunch of different stuff to make it feel a lot more homely. There's also a Gith Yankee one to keep your fellow Gith feeling happy and at home. So you get all different pieces of gear based on that. There's also the Nautiloid. So fans of the lithage, you can now make your place look real sleek and clean like that. Druidic, so if you want to have a druid style playthrough, perfect. Alchemist or Gardener as well, looks nice. And there's also a Goblin one there as well. And the Underdark, so if you use a mod to get Minthara in Act 1, you can use this to make it perfect. So you make it your own. You can rotate items manually, so you can rotate them when you place it, walk around, replace, fine tune. Layer your design, so you can set tents down on top of items to kind of hold them inside. VFX items, huge items, those may be difficult to place. Try drop them where you want. Camp setups persist within the camp area. Leaving camp returns all place items to your camp chest. So you have to be in that current camp area to be able to keep that setup. Avoid auto grouping, give a little space between items. If grouped accidentally, pick them up individually and replace. Add trophies, personal loot, camp supplies, and alchemy ingredients together to make your camp truly your own. So yeah, these mods are really cool. I like to go to the Elf Song Tavern in Act 3, but you can always go around and move the stuff around. So if you wanted to throw some things around and have them in different locations, you can naturally already do that. Certain things aren't really that easy to move, but just want to do a little say that out loud, because I don't know if a lot of people are super aware of that, because sometimes I have things in different locations in videos. But yeah, you can move stuff around how you see fit, and this isn't part of the mod, but this is just, I guess, a general tip. This item, or this mod, just adds a bunch of gear that you can move around, play Animal Crossing basically in your camp. So I think I will do a video in the future also on just how to make your camp look cool. I'm a big fan of Animal Crossing and games like that, Stardew Valley, anything that makes your own like kind of world. So yeah, I'll definitely be covering a video of that in the future. So let me know which of these mods today was your favorite. This is a mod that's always downloaded for me, MoveFaster mod. Graphic fades all in one, incredible mod. Very super useful to have on console now, because it cuts down the mod downloads that you'll have. Glamping, enough said, make your own camp look cool. WyrmSworn, a great class mod. We got a new face mod. Bunnies in Baldur's Gate, pet that dog. Lae'zel Hawk, new Gith skins, tattoos, ranger spells, paladin spells, barbarian features, a new class spell thing, and the marble dice mod. So very solid mod drop today. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already, and I'll see you all in the next video.